Yo, Benny! I don't think he's home, man. Benny, man, yo. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm MC Savant from the Kankasaurs. You can catch me on funnyordie.com/Kankasaurs, K-A-N-K-S-O-R-Z, you know what I'm saying? But right now, it's all about Benny TV. Yo, because my boy Benny the Gagoots got his own show. And I just want to give a big shout out to Benny. And in honor of that, I'm going to do a dope-ass freestyle, man. So he's got to figure out what rhymes with Benny. 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 What rhymes with Benny? Benny. What rhymes with Benny? Benny. He's in the Serengeti. He's hunting for a Yeti and he's always on the ready. And Benny's always merry when he's eating his spaghetti. But right now he's in the desert, so his palms are kind of sweaty. His good friend Freddie, he brought him that Ben and Jerry. And Yetis, they love the Ben and Jerry. So Benny caught that Yeti and we all threw confetti. Yeah, Benny. Benny TV, baby.
Benny TV.
Yeah, Benny TV, baby.
Benny TV, baby.
Benny TV.
Woo!
My two special guests, I'm so excited to have these guys on. I have Richard Lampone and John Marana, who John happens to be the screenwriter, and Richard happens to be the director and one of the stars of the brand new outrageous comedy Gender Bender.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. I think that's the best way to put it. Outrageous.
Pretty much sums it up.
It's a fun. I've seen it, and I kind of mentioned it on the show a few times because I saw it at a private screening, and I was so excited about this movie. So I know about this movie. I've known about it for a couple of years, and now it's out. You can get the DVD. We'll tell you throughout the show where you can get it on Amazon Prime,
Amazon,
iTunes,
Google Play.
and Google Play,
And a bunch of other
yeah, a bunch of it's all of a sudden it's snowball and it's great. Now, tell us a little bit about the movie. Tell us what the movie's about.
All right.
Okay.
I'll do the honors, Johnny. The movie's about three guys who lose their penises and they get vaginas because the spell is put on them. So they lose their penises and they get vaginas because the spell is put on them. And they live like women for 72 hours.
72 hours.
Yeah, and everything that women go through, they go through, and they go through a crazy journey, and it's a fun fucking movie. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you can curse. It's all right. You can curse.
My mom might be
That's a hell of
watching.
a
I
time
don't know if I
to
wanna
ask. It's like in the middle of sex with a girl saying, "So are you on the pill?"
Are you on the fucking pill?
Yeah, are you on the fucking pill?
So yeah, it's a really fun movie. It was really fun to make. It was Johnny had a blast writing it, and it's cool.
All right, so now this movie is about more or less the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
So these three guys think that if they were women, if they had vagina and they were women, they could have a better look in the world.
Right.
They could do more in the world.
Yeah,
So-
the movie starts off with all three characters: Rich's character, Nick, and Howard, and Joey Cola's character, and Randall Lamar's character. They all lose their promotions to women, and they feel that women have an advantage.
This is the flyer of "Be careful what you wish for."
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So, so they all lose their promotions, and they're at the bar, and they're talking about, oh, women get away with this, they get away with that, and somebody overhears them, and they don't realize that this somebody is going to bring them someplace very dark and mysterious, and something's going to happen to them, and they don't know that yet.
But he tells them something special. What you guys have been complaining about.
He says, actually, it's Chris Roach's character from
Right.
Kevin Can Wait. He says to them, would you guys like to learn the power of a woman? And
That's great.
of course they want to learn. We all want to learn,
Yeah.
you know?
That's a big power.
Oh yeah, it is. And women are just realizing it now.
Yes, exactly.
All these years they didn't, so I
They've
think this
been
movie
working out in the closet.
And this movie, the movie is funny. You have to leave your inhibitions behind. Forget about being politically correct. It's a fun movie. Now, all right, so you have this idea now. Since I know a little bit about your background, you're a retired police officer.
Right, I'm a retired lieutenant.
You
He's
also-
a retired sergeant.
Retired sergeant from
Retired
the
lieutenant, retired
New York
sergeant.
City Police Department, best police department in the world.
Great. No, that's true. Now, So you guys wanted to do something different now. You're retired, so you wanted to let's make movies.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's make-
all along, like we were working together in the patrol car, and we were just writing little skits. Like we blew up a glove once, and we would write little
Latex
sketches,
glove.
latex glove, and he ended up going into the East River. Like we would fuck around a little bit, and that was probably like 15 years ago, and from that we just started creating little ideas of movies, and then one day I came up with this crazy fucking idea because I tucked my penis in, and and then I called John. I said I just got a great idea, and he loved
Didn't
it.
you have a dream? Wasn't there part of a dream to that? I remember.
More
you
like a
saying-
nightmare.
Yeah.
Like a nightmare. But so now your first movie. So this was the first
Right.
movie, and you've made a few movies since
Right,
then now.
right.
So your first movie that you guys are going to embark on this big project, and it's going to be a raunchy comedy.
A raunchy
A
comedy.
raunchy comedy about men who lose their penises and wind up with vaginas, so they're gender bender for 72. So now, did you have any apprehension when because you realize, I mean, a lot of people talk. A lot of people say, hey, let's make a movie, let's do something. And then when they start seeing the work that's involved, it doesn't happen, or, or there are setbacks. You guys went ahead, you went and did this. Now, was there at any time, did you say to yourselves, we're making a movie that, are people going to even like this? Did you even care, or you didn't even care if people were going?
Well, John and I were going back and forth. John says, we got to push the fucking line. We got to push, cross every line we can. And I'm like, no, let's take it easy. And he would push me to go further. And I think the movie came out crazy and wild, but because of him pushing for that. Now, making a movie is fucking hard. My thing was, let's get the train going. Let's make it happen no matter what. And resources will just come in. Extra money will come in.
The crew, you had
The crew.
you got a camera crew.
Yeah, full crew.
Full crew.
Cast, yeah.
You wound up with some great talent
Yeah.
involved too, and on the other side of the camera, the actors, because Joey, I was doing a show a few years ago, and Joey Cola was a guest, and he told me about the movie. It was a pre-production, so he had read the script. You guys sold him on the idea
Right.
to do, and he actually had a notepad. So when we go to a commercial break, he was writing notes. He was texting you guys because he was adding to the jokes,
Right.
and so you had Joey involved. You guys, and then we did a show together. Joey was pre-production. Then we did a show post-production. You were now in the editing process, and then, as I said, I got to the special screening, which was
Right,
amazing. It was really
Joey,
awesome.
Joey was big in getting this whole thing started because me and Rich and I had the idea, and it was our idea, so we thought it would be funny. And then Joey was like the real, like, legitimate comedy entertainment guy that said, "Hey, you guys might have something here." So Joey kind of got
And for Joey to tell you something like that,
Right.
because in all honesty, Joey Cola is the Long Island favorite.
Oh yeah.
He is like the greatest comedian on Long Island. He is to Long Island what the Grateful Dead are to San Francisco.
Joey,
You like that analogy?
I like
that's a
that.
good analogy. Joey is a fantastic comedian. He's like an old school comedian. He's awesome.
Yes.
He's right. He's spot on everything. He should be bigger than he is. He just and in this movie when you watch him in this movie, you will see Joey Cola emerge as a star.
You will see why so many people sell out comedy clubs to see Joey Cola when you see this
Right,
movie.
right.
And as you said, so then Joey was in it. Then you got on board. You got start with two cameos that are very surprising cameos. Is Eric Roberts
That's right.
as a cameo and Gilbert Gottfried,
Right.
which we're gonna show. I just want people who will watch it. We're gonna show you the trailer in a little while, and we're gonna show you some clips in a little while. But here's a poster with Gilbert Gottfried. So let's show that. Gilbert Gottfried, Eric Roberts. There's Chris Roach, as you mentioned. He played Mott in
Right.
Kevin Can Wait.
Yep.
And Sal Governale, right?
That's right.
Is it Sal Governale from Howard Stern show?
Yes.
And
Who also does comedian
he does
work.
stand up.
Yeah, he does real good stand up.
I believe that I believe, because Sal looked familiar to me, I believe he was a judge when I did a comedy contest like 13 years ago.
Wow.
I was 50, so I went and I started a tour, the FU on 50 tour. And so I went there, and I had like over 50 people come see me on a Thursday night.
Wow.
And there were judges, and I came in tied for first place, and then they want you to come back. They want you to keep bringing your people.
Right.
You know where it's at. But
Sal was great.
But Sal was one of the judges there.
Sal was great in the movie. It's crazy because I saw him do a quick cameo on Kevin Can Wait. And he was hilarious. He was great. I think he's really talented as an actor. I don't think we have seen enough of him, and I think people catch him in Gender Bender. They're gonna love him too. So
yeah, no, he has a small role though. He's got a small. The big roles are really you,
right.
And you're very good. You are though. You're like Bud Abbott to two Lou Costellos.
Right.
You are because Joey Cola and Lamar Cheston. Lamar Cheston is a really good actor, very funny, and he has one scene towards the end of the movie that had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard. All right, I don't want to give away because you have to see the movie. Here's the DVD. As I said, so you can buy this DVD where?
You can get this DVD on, go to our website, genderbenderthemovie.com. That'll take you right to iTunes and all the other platforms, Amazon. But you can also buy the DVD as well. You can probably get a T-shirt there. And,
cool! Yeah, we have the T-shirts. These guys are so good to me. They are. I'm really. I'm so happy. We have 2 T-shirts, one for me and one for Ryan, who isn't doing the show tonight, but he's behind the scenes. But because of Benny TV, is my son and I.
Yeah.
It should be Benny and Son TV.
Benny and Son. Well, one thing that John and I are really proud of is that we had so many Long Island comedians in the movie.
Yes. And you did it right. You did it right that not everybody has a big part.
Right.
But their parts are important.
Right.
Kevin Downey Jr., who is one of the most macabre, one of the most bizarre comedians. Very funny. You should see all these guys I mentioned. You should see them all in the clubs. And Kevin Downey Jr., who is a headliner, and very, very bizarre at times, has a great part in this. And I don't care what it is, a great part. And Nancy and I were at the screening, and Nancy was howling over him. He's just, and you're gonna, in a little while, we're gonna show a clip with him.
Kevin was funny when he came to the auditions. I don't know if he wants me to say this, but I guess he wore it. He came to the auditions and his T-shirt said, "I love fat bitches." And I told Rich, like, "Who is this guy?" And then Rich said, "Oh, he's from America's Got Talent. He was a comedian on America's Got Talent. I think he was a finalist. Howard Stern loved him. Howie Mandel loved him." And he comes walking in with a T-shirt, "I love fat bitches," and this like furry jacket. And I didn't care. I said, "We got to get this guy in the movie. He looks great." I don't even know.
He dressed.
Was he just hanging out?
No. He came for the audition, but he was dressed for the part. He nailed it.
Right.
So.
And then even Mike Fine he's barely in it.
We got another story about Mike Fine.
All right.
We had. You want to?
No. Go ahead and tell
Mike
me. Mike Fine
was. We had a backyard scene at Rich's house in the backyard, and Joey Cola put out "We need extras for the scene" on his website. And Mike Fine happens to be in Long Island, and he shows up as an extra. And he's walking around Rich's backyard in his bathing suit, smoking a cigar, and he was cracking everybody up. Like, everyone was laughing at him. So we put him in another part in the movie because he came just as an extra. So we put him in more in the movie.
All right, now, my question was, did you, because it looked like he had a significant part, but you didn't see enough of him. Was that like, did that make it to the cutting room floor?
With Mike?
With Mike Fine. Was there like some that didn't?
No, I think that was pretty much it. But I mean, we are planning a sequel, and Mike will be a part of it because
Mike was not even in the script. We wrote.
You wrote him in.
We had to write him in because when he showed up for the extra scene, he was just hysterical, in his own way, you know.
You could you look him up on YouTube, Mike Fine.
Cuddle Star.
Excuse me?
He's the Cuddle Star.
The Cuddle Star, yeah. But the Cuddle is not as funny as him himself. And when I was doing the Gagoot show, he came on like 5 times we had him come on. And he came as a priest. and he's in character. He comes in and he's going to give he'll give you the platinum wedding. He'll do he's got it's so funny when he came another time dressed as a deli guy. So Mike Fine is very, and he's very unusual. He's that type of very unusual comedy, and he's hilarious. So to see him, he's a great guy. And but everybody you had on there, you had a lot of good. You had Chris Monty in a small role, but the three main stars, you, Lamar, and Joey, steal the show. It's about you guys, And as I said, the other scenes, the Gilbert Gottfried scene is great.
Right.
Yeah,
we're trying to finalize our. Well, at least we're midway through the script.
Be careful, you hit the mic.
We're midway through the script with the sequel, and we're hoping to get Gilbert back on board.
Good,
in an even crazier way.
So tell me, what is the sequel going to be? How can you top three men with vaginas?
Well, if you see, I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but the great Makataki. He's in his lair, and maybe some girls come in there, and they see something, and maybe a spell gets cast upon the girls, and maybe something opposite happens to them.
All right, why don't we show the trailer? Let's show the trailer, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the movie. So here's the trailer of Gender Bender.
What's wrong?
I lost the spot.
Our new nighttime manager, Daisy Singer.
Did you just say Daisy Singer?
You know that's the same shit that happened to us today. You're gonna make her the new director after she was just a fluffer a few weeks ago? Boom. There's my promotion. Right out the damn window.
I think this just about locks up that promotion for you.
Are you shitting me? You know what I think in my next life? I would almost want to be a woman. I know where you can get this power.
These men would like to learn about the power of the woman.
Place your right hands on the great Vegetaurus.
I got a freaking vagina!
Open your goddamn mouth!
Jesus, man, what?
He's got one too!
What? Man, what the
This power cannot be reversed.
You gonna give me my...
Give me that!
I want it back, Tiger. If we die and go to hell, we have to be in hell, right? Are we?
Calm down, man. We have to figure this out together.
Figure it out. We don't have dicks anymore, Nick.
Run, Forrest, run! Nurse! Call my wife and children and tell them that I love them.
Oh, Johnny, I want you to spank my...
I don't want a vagina anymore, Randall.
So that is one hilarious trailer.
Thank you.
That is
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Now, they go into the private lair, into the secret lair, and they have to touch the
Vegetaurus.
Vegetaurus. They have to touch this, which is a very big rubber genitalia. So,
We call it pussy.
okay. A big rubber pussy. All right. So
You
now,
can say pussy?
yeah, you can say
I thought that was one of the words you couldn't say.
This is not regular television.
Oh, I
If this
keep
was
forgetting.
regular television, the show would have been over 10 minutes ago. So, Okay, you had to. Didn't buy that in like a porn shop or anything.
No, Rich was working with the girl. He'll tell you the story.
Yeah, we had to. We were going back and forth, and John was telling me this is what I want it to look like. So we had a person build this Vagitoris for us, and it actually, like, you could actually put a little hose in there, and it squirted us in the face.
It
like,
oozed,
It oozed, and it did special things. It's still in my basement right now.
Really?
Sure, it's not in your bed.
So how much did that? How big was that?
It was almost life
like
size.
a foot. No.
Yeah.
Life size. For who? For the 50.
What kind of girls are you dating? What kind of girls you dating?
Heavier girl.
Oh, then now you got to rip on the heavy.
Yeah, now you're putting that. No. It was,
That was
like,
an expensive Pete prop.
Right. We spent, I think, I don't know, we spent
Over
like over $1,000 on
Yeah.
this thing. And when we did,
the quote I heard it was close to $1,500.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
You know
was
what?
it more? He didn't tell me
It was
that.
about 1,400. I
He's-
told him
see,
1,000.
At the end of the day, you're always paying for pussy.
That's right. You pay for it one way or
That's
another.
right.
Even
This
if
one
it's
was-
fake.
That's right. This one was a big, so
Now-
we had to spend extra money on that.
Why didn't you go to like a one of these shops, porn shop, and see what they had?
We could have, but he wanted.
It had to be a
It
specific.
had to be a very specific. You
Yeah.
know, he knows a lot about pussy, so he wanted this to be a special pussy. You know, you
This-
can't just get one from a
So,
store.
which is good though, since this was your first movie and a project with you two guys, you didn't have other people giving their opinion like it. You know, because if you were in Hollywood as a screenwriter, they would take your script and
Right,
then
right.
they would do what they wanted
Right,
with it.
Right. Joey helped a little bit in developing some of the scenes. We did
Punching up the jokes.
Right.
And
We did two readings with all the actors, and it flowed. It went well. We were happy with it. And again, I'm going to say this because comedy and art, it's all subjective. What some people may like, some people may hate. Who cares? At the end of the day, you got to do what you want to do, and that's it. Who gives a shit?
All right, good. No, I'm glad you said that because I was like, you sunk over $1,000 into one prop.
Right.
So God knows how much money you spent. Those other actors didn't come cheap either.
No.
Getting Eric Roberts, Gilbert Gottfried, right?
Right.
They didn't come. So you were sinking money into this movie, but you were saying, what the hell? It's what we want to do.
We had a budget in mind, and we went over the budget. But I think having those names legitimizes the project as well. And other people jumped on board after they saw the machine kind of developing as well. So
Yeah, and you had a film crew. I mean, how did you get this crew?
I've been running around doing this stuff for quite a while, like at least 10, 15 years, kind of learning the craft of filmmaking and acting and just volunteering with other sets. And I just figured it out, hard work, blood,
But
sweat,
I mean,
and tears
but
from
getting
all of us.
cameraman, you had to get a cameraman.
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
to get
From working on other films, my eyes were always open. Okay, this guy's good. That guy's good. I had worked with Eric Roberts on a short film. So I said, wow, okay, let me try to, whisper in his ears.
good, and he came and yeah.
So, just from working on other productions, that's sort of how it developed, So
All right, so
Yeah.
15 years, and you were still working your regular
I
job.
was still working my regular job. John and I were kind of just banging around, figuring out the whole comedy thing. For this to be our first project, I mean, I feel like it's a big accomplishment for us, coming from where
Definitely.
we started, like a feature film with name actors, our first movie. I think it's fantastic. I'm
Me
very
too.
proud of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you should be.
yeah. So.
You're so proud of it, you're gonna knock your mic right
Yeah, I
out.
know, right? I can't help.
You're gonna knock
So,
yourself out.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
put my hands back here.
you should. You guys should be proud of it.
Oh, we
Yeah.
worked on everything like from the top to bottom. I mean, after I wrote it, I wrote actually some of this movie in the precinct when I was on meal, and I was still
Our
working.
taxpayer dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, maybe a page or two, and then I would go to the cigar lounge in Massapequa, have a cigar, I'd sit there on my computer. Then it was written, and then me and Rich looked over it, and then he kind of took the ball and said, "Okay, we have our story. Now we have to start getting all these pieces put together." So, we both kind of came together and formed some type of power alliance here to create this thing. We actually we actually built our own sets. We went to Home Depot and put wood on the top of our cars and built Makataki's lair.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Thank you, Lonnie and Eddie, for all your help on that.
Right. So we built sets, right? I was cooking on the day that we were shooting. Like we were just doing everything. Like
cooking to have food for
the crew.
actors, yeah.
We had some food that was catered, but we cooked some food. Like we did everything. We went food shop, and you did the prop. You did we just did so much on our own.
And it was just
so
you two.
It was
You have anybody? You have
we had a
people you
couple
could
other
delegate,
people,
yeah.
Craig Colasante, a couple of cop friends, just jumped on board, and
That's great.
So yeah.
So now, how long was it before you? So you two, you wrote it, and then you two guys were working on it. How long before you? How long were you working on it before you let other people know about it? Before you approached Joey Kohler and other people?
I think right when we were pretty much done with the script, we.
So how long? A year, 2 years?
Less than that.
No, less than that. It's probably
Yeah.
within that first year. You know,
Yeah.
he did a lot of rewrites, and then after Joey came on board, we did more rewrites. Then after the reading, we did more rewrites. You know.
Yeah, we did a full table read. We had everybody sit at a table and work out how the movie would sound, with all the people. That's actually how we found Lamar, because Lamar came for the table read, and his table read, he was great. And we were like, what about this guy for Randall? And there he is.
And now, tell me a little bit about Lamar, because when you see him in the movie, you're like, you think he's one of those actors you see that you say, I've seen him around, I know him, and I know I haven't seen him around, but he looks familiar. What is his background?
He does a lot of theater work. Right now he's in a play. It's in Florida, but there's a show, Black Angels, over at Tuskegee about the Black Airmen.
Yeah, the Tuskegee.
Tuskegee. That's in the city. He does that.
Wow.
He does a lot of theater, but he was perfect for this role.
He
and
is
he's a great. He can actually do a good comedy. Like really, he's a good comedic actor. But I think his range really varies. Like he can pretty much do anything.
I could see that, but like I said, there was one scene in the movie towards the end, which it has me in tears. I just love it. It's really good. And it's all him. I mean, you guys are talking to him, but it's him. Great actor.
He came to the set with a lot of energy, brought a lot of energy. He was always up and ready to go. He was a big energy guy.
Did you do a lot of takes? Did you?
I don't. We did. There were certain scenes where I probably couldn't remember some of my lines. There was one scene at the very end that I couldn't remember the fucking lines for shit because I was shot. We did probably like 8 takes of that scene, the wedding scene, and my brain was fried from just like running around. Doing
by the end of this production, you guys must have been fried.
I had a hemorrhoid. I had pimples. Shit was happening to my body that I didn't know could happen.
Was there ever like a day where things were so rough and that you were like, let's not even do it today?
No,
huh?
Never, no.
No, Rich spearheaded a lot of the movie, and he did a lot of logistics, everything. And then when I got to set, I would help him out. And then when he got a little frustrated, I'd give him a nudge. If I got a little frustrated, he'd give me a nudge. And it worked out good. We were.
So you guys are a good team.
We were New York City cops, so we dealt with a lot of hard things. So this was pretty easy compared to that.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Compared to that. I'm so happy for you guys. So you made this. So now you're working on a sequel. We won't say. So all I know is that it's going to be women are going to have male genitalia now and of course women feel that men have it better than they do.
Right.
So because I hear that from women.
Yeah.
I hear that from women. I don't want to mention any names. They'll kick my ass when I get home.
But we plan on continuing what we did with the first part along the lines with working with these comedians, these Long Island comedians, New York comedians, because I think they're talented, not just in front of with the stand-up, but they're good actors. So we want to build this community of comedians working on film.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And all kinds of comedians.
Yeah, we worked with Chris Monti, who was awesome to work with. He's a great actor, great guy. He's just a Long Island guy, and he was awesome in the movie. Mick Thomas, who played a priest.
Yes, Mick is very funny
Awesome
guy.
comedian, and he was great in the movie as well. Danny Cohen.
Danny Cohen, yeah.
He's an awesome comedian. He was in
He's a hairdresser.
he was a hairdresser.
Salon, yeah.
Oh, he's in there, one of the hairdressers?
He's a really good comedian. All these guys, they brought a little piece of something special.
And Joey is just so animated and so with the different voice.
Joey,
Yeah, that's the Joey does the cat routine at at the comedy shows, and people crack up when he does it. So we said, Joey, we got to somehow get the cat routine in the movie, and he performed, and right on cue,
He's so funny in the movie.
Well,
Yeah,
Joey went through a lot in this movie because we were doing like 14-hour days, and it was like in the middle of summer, and he had to tuck his penis in and being dragged half of the fucking movie. So he went through a lot with this.
Yeah, Joey,
cheese doodles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joey had these tight spandex on that. Like basically made him a pancake down there. It was really tough. And then we had Joey eating cheese doodles throughout the movie. And at the end of the movie, when the movie was completed, he says, "I never want to see a cheese doodle again."
There were some great scenes with the cheese doodles, Joe.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's not all about one person in this movie. It's not all. It's three friends, which so. These three friends, you guys were friends from like childhood friends?
Right.
Because I was trying to think to myself, where would you get a police officer, a detective, a porn star, and a guy that makes heroes, a sandwich guy? How could they be friends? But then they're childhood friends. They grew up.
Yeah.
And the chemistry between you three guys makes you think. Just in the trailer alone, you could see the chemistry between you three guys. And that must have been something. The first day of shooting, did you guys, when you first started shooting, did you say, "Wow, there is something there"?
Well, me and Joey already had come on board with the reading, and we started bonding with Joey and became friends anyway, and he's such a good-hearted person that you can't help but to want to be around him, And then Lamar has this great energy, and he's, they're just great people to be around, so you feel this bond with them anyway, so it just happens,
So, and you were on the other side of the camera watching this, so as you're shooting it, did you say, we got something here?
I was curious to see how my words went from paper to voice, to acting, and all the guys brought their different interpretation of my words, which was cool. Sometimes they did it better. Sometimes I said, maybe you should do it like this. But I thought they did it. They kind of caught the vision, and they took the ball and they ran with it. It was everything we did was funny, and every other shot we did was funnier and funnier. It just came out great.
Yeah, we enjoyed making it, and I mean, as a writer, to see that come to fruition, it's like
and as you said, so you got to see these guys flesh out your characters.
Well, I feel I'm humbled and privileged because there's a lot of screenwriters out there that write these screenplays, and they're like you said, they're just tossed in the garbage. So I was able to write something and see it come to life. So
or somebody takes it, and then by the time they're done, because my friend's brother wrote a screenplay in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he got a credit, but he got a credit as a producer because by the time they were done with the movie, it was nothing like his script.
Right.
So you didn't have to go through that because you two guys were also the producers of
That's
it, right?
Yeah, we had pretty much total control over everything.
I mean, we had to grab the bull by the horns and just go for it ourselves because, you sell a script, we don't know what's going to happen. You sell a movie, you don't know what's going to happen. So we just said, fuck it. Not only are we going to make this movie, we're going to put it out ourselves,
And it's going, so you put it out yourself. You did some festivals before, you did a few festivals.
Right.
Tell us about those.
Yeah, I mean, these festivals, some of them are very big and some of them are very small. But, You know, it's about exposure. It's about getting it out there and having, even if one person sees it and shares it, like that means a lot to us because it can just blow up just from that alone, you know? So festivals are great, but at the end of the day, what really we're proud of is that we actually got to the finish line. Like I'll say that line 1,000 times. We made it to the finish line, you know? To be on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, to me, that's a big accomplishment to go from where we started to this point. I'm super proud of that because a lot of people talk about making a movie. A lot of people write a script and they don't do it. They just talk, they dream about it. We actually got it done.
You did. Because there are a lot of unfinished projects out there for years. A lot of people want to do something and it's an unfair. You got to see your product get finished. You got the right people involved in it. Yeah, you guys should be very proud.
It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get it done.
So when you did these festivals, you did, tell me, you did one in Hoboken, right?
Right, we did Hoboken, we did a couple in the city, we did one in Brooklyn, and one of them,
Palm Springs.
We got accepted into one in Palm
California.
Springs. We didn't get to make it out there.
Oh, yeah?
Palm Springs,
Yeah.
California.
But you gave them the movie? Or
Yeah, they screened
they
it
had a
out
screening
there.
of it, yeah.
We received good feedback from all these festivals, so we're happy. One of the festivals, the people were just going nuts. So that was great.
Now you were at the other festivals, not the one in Palm Springs. So your response was?
The response was great. People were cracking up, and it's contagious. If you get one person that just laughs at one thing, it just starts contaminating the whole room, you know?
That's why movies are meant to see with a lot of people.
Yeah.
They
you know,
are.
as you get, sometimes you get, if you watch it, if you just watch this by yourself,
These guys were so nice. They gave me the DVD, and I'm very happy because I'm going to watch this. I'm going to a New Year's Eve party, and we're going to watch this because it's an adult group, and they're going to laugh. They're going to love that. We're gonna, and I'm going to watch it a few times before that.
Great.
But so the response was good. You got some reviews on it.
Yeah, we actually
you had you had film critics who went to the.
We had we were in the magazine Star Magazine. They did a great review for us. And U.S. Weekly.
Us Weekly, OK Weekly, Life and Style did an article on us, and In Touch Magazine. And those articles all came out the last couple of weeks. We're actually one in the I forgot which one it was. I think it was Us Weekly. There's an article of Clint Eastwood and his new movie The Mule, and then right next to it is Gender Bender the movie. So that to me was probably our biggest accomplishment. And then one of the magazines we were next to, what's the superhero? Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Oh,
right.
all right.
So
cool.
you got Deadpool and you got Gender Bender. Hopefully Deadpool is not a sign of what's going to happen to Gender Bender. But and then you got Clint Eastwood and you got Joey Cola, Lamar Cheston, and Rich Lampone next to
This
Clint
movie
Eastwood.
kind of reminds me of Clerks 2 in the outrageous category.
Right.
It kind of reminds me, but it's nothing like it. We have a couple of clips.
Oh, let's take a look at it.
Let's show a couple of clips from the movie.
I got a freaking vagina!
Your scent is like heaven.
Have you had sex recently? With a man? With a human? How about an animal? No! A bull, a dog, a gazelle?
Woo-hoo! Nice.
So you have to see the movie. Those are two great clips. That's the clip with Gilbert Gottfried, and that was Kevin Downey Jr. as his assistant.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk. There's a lot of meat in that whole scene. Gilbert Gottfried was unbelievable to work with. His improvised some of the lines were phenomenal, and he's a very quiet person. But once he gets in front of the camera, he turns into a maniac. It was unbelievable watching that transformation because I actually drove to the city to pick him up because we wanted to make sure he got to the set. So I went to the city.
He doesn't drive, right?
No, so I picked him up, and I'm in the car with him and his wife, and it was a very quiet ride to Wanto, Long Island, and I was like, oh man, what is he all right? Maybe he's not feeling good today or something. Maybe he's got a little bellyache. But once he got in front of the camera, he just exploded with comedy. It was great.
Yeah, he's just such a comedy legend. Like that's
And
a
like
huge thing.
him and Joey worked off of each other. They bantered with each other.
Yeah,
a little bit.
well, they worked off each other when we were shooting. They kind of like we were in separate corners when we stopped. They were,
Right.
because he's very quiet. Gilbert's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
And
I
then-
saw him perform once,
Yeah.
and you're right. He's on stage. He was
Yeah.
a fun, wild man. Off stage, he was very.
I really
quiet.
think he's possessed. I think something clicks in his head. I think he's possessed. I'll be honest with you.
There were some guys like that. There were some, not guys. There were some people who are artistic, who are and
And
creative.
They might be autistic
Not
and
autistic.
autistic.
Who are creative, but they're shy until they go on. Once they're on stage, once
Right.
they're on.
I think it's
You know?
their release, their freedom, like.
Freddie Mercury was supposedly like that
Yeah.
too, which I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, that when he was waiting backstage to go on, he was very quiet and to himself.
Yeah, I saw that movie. It was a great movie too.
Yeah, good movie.
Just as good as Gender Bender.
Not as good as.
And then Kevin Downey Jr. in that scene, he really worked well with Joey. They have kind of a little. He kind of falls in love with Joey, and that kind of has something to do with the sequel. I don't want to give too much away, but he kind of falls in love with Joey, and let's just say that Joey has some issues down below and would be disgusting to most, but Kevin Downey Jr.'s character actually likes it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, as I said earlier, he's a very bizarre, very macabre kind
And
of.
a lot of people loved his role in that movie. Like everyone, oh, it was that guy that was with Gilbert and Joey? That guy was hysterical. And
I love him. I love him in that.
and he's a great guy.
Yeah, really good guy.
We were actually with him a couple weeks ago. We were hanging out. We had a cigar and a couple drinks, and he's a great guy to hang out with, and a great actor and a phenomenal comedian.
Yeah.
I think it's great what you did because you propelled Long Island and New York. We've had a lot of great comedians here, but a lot of people don't realize that not all the great comedians have gone on to be somebody.
Right.
There's a lot of talent that doesn't get. So you guys got a lot of that talent because, as we mentioned, Mike Fine.
Right. Mike's great.
And so you got a lot of this talent. A lot of times, it's not easy to.
Right.
You go on auditions. You go. These guys work their butts off.
Yeah, we're going to continue to do that, working with these comedians. We're going to keep producing, whether it's a TV series or a feature films, we're going to continue to work with these guys because they're just great.
So now you're going to have some female comedians, some women comedians.
Yes,
now.
yes. We have our eyes on a couple of
On a
them,
couple,
so,
yeah?
Yeah, we have the female Joey Cola in our sights.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I can't
cool.
mention her name
No,
yet because
no.
we don't know if she's going to do it, but we
And I'll tell you a couple
we have our
of-
sights on her.
I have a couple of friends. You might be. I'll just mention their names. Because I like to help out.
Yeah, yeah.
If I can offer opportunities to
Right.
my friends.
Yeah, we want funny people. We want people that have fun on the set. We don't want any stiffs on the set. We want people that want to laugh and enjoy what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, if you don't enjoy the ride, it's
Is
not
the
worth it.
script complete for the sequel?
The script isn't complete. The story's pretty much complete, but the actual writing isn't complete because we need to see who is going to be, like who's going to come back before we could.
Oh,
we don't-
okay.
We're not sure if we can get everybody back. People. One of our actors in our movie that was in Gender Bender that we would like to have in GB2 is Casey Webb, but he's moved on to Man vs. Food on the network. So he's kind of like got a big role right now. We don't think he's going to be able to come back and return to us, so we kind of have to write him off in the distance.
Yeah, but sometimes you can write in another character.
Well, I'd like a little more. I'd like a little more of Chris Monty in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Chris is a great guy, great actor, phenomenal comedian. He's like an old school Frank Sinatra, smooth, old type of
And
style
you only
comedian.
touched on Chris Monte's character a little.
Right.
Like
right.
in the scene that he's in, you know that you two guys are friends.
Right.
You're old friends.
Right.
So you touched off. You make people curious to know a little
Right.
more about him. So.
Right, and Mick, you know, we could put Mick in the movie, and Sal Governale. With that scene he was in, he came up with a lot of stuff during that scene. You know, he's known because he's on the Stern Show, but if he wasn't on the Stern Show, he would be funny in his own right. He does a lot of funny things, and he was right on with everything. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was great to work with too, and we've met him a couple times too since then, and
Yeah.
a true gentleman, you know.
Yeah, just
So-
like an you know, everyday guy, you know, nice, great guy. He's the type of guy you want to have a beer with and watch the game with and chill out and hang out with. Great.
That's cool, and that seems like the kind of crew you guys
Right,
like.
right,
to run.
exactly, yeah.
So once again, go on the website, right, of genderbenderthemovie.com.
That's right.
And you can buy this if you just want to. I know we're in the digital age now,
Right.
so if you just want to digitally download it, you can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Amazon Prime, and you can
And,
get it on Google.
Right.
It's on
Right.
Fandango,
But
PlayStation, Xbox.
if you go to the website, you can get this. You can get the T-shirts, which are awesome. The T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, they're awesome, and I'll be
who,
wearing
who doesn't
mine
want
tonight.
who doesn't want Joey Kohler on their chest all day?
Yeah, right.
It's a privilege right there to have
That's
Joey.
a privilege to have Joey Kohler on your chest.
Gotta love him. Gotta
But
love him.
oh no, it's a fun. You should go to the website and buy the T-shirts. What the DVD? You have any other merchandise?
No, that's
The
all we have
posters?
right
You don't sell
now.
them?
Yeah, just T-shirts and DVDs right now. Eventually, we'll have some bobblehead dolls or something like that. you
Yeah,
know.
vagina.
Or blow-up
bobble.
dolls. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a bobble
Vagina
vagina.
bobblehead doll.
Yeah. Yeah, the vaginator there.
The
Well,
Vagitaurus.
The
Vagitaurus.
Vagitaurus.
Maybe we'll have some Makataki.
That sounds like something that Lucy would be advertising in a commercial, right?
You just called
Vagitaurus,
it.
right?
Yeah, he called it the Vaginator. That could have been a name for it too. The Vaginator. Like a
Well, that's
vaginator.
more like it's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Which there are some of those. There are some out there that will.
And if they don't kill you instantly, they'll kill you slowly.
yeah, first they suck out your wallet,
Yeah.
Then your blood.
then your blood.
Then your soul.
Yeah,
The
my,
vaginator.
Eva, please shut the TV off right now for a second.
Why we're having a moment there. Yeah. But
Well, that's why, you know, that moment that we just had is why the reason Gender Bender was created, because of that moment.
that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm
And his tucking in the shower.
is tucking in. I have to tell you that I am honored to have been around this project, to just be because even when Nancy said they're having a special screening, I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're invited. We are. I was like so excited. We're invited. Great, because you did something at Governor's before that. You did like a little screening
Right,
of it,
right,
right? But
yeah.
not the entire movie. Or did?
No,
we had shown the trailer, and then we had a bunch of comedians that were in the movie do some stand-up.
Oh, okay.
So we had done that.
We also, before Governors, we did the Belmore
yeah,
movie
the
theater.
screen- yeah, he came to us.
Yeah,
that's
that
where
I
you-
came
yeah,
to.
that's what you were.
I came to the Belmore movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie
But-
theater experience was better for the movie. You know, in Governors, people are drinking and eating and stuff like that. But we got Governors exploded when I guess maybe, I don't know if it's the acoustics, but some of the scenes, the place just exploded. Gilbert Gottfried's scene and a couple other scenes, like the roof blew off of Governors, and I think maybe because it's a little small, a little tighter.
Right.
You
But
know?
in the theater, I thought it was.
Yeah, it was cool to have that movie experience with people
Yeah.
having popcorn and, you know, going up and down the aisles and stuff like
And
that.
Joey was like an expectant father.
Yeah.
I know Joey for a long time. I know Joey before he got married. All right, and like you said, he's the greatest guy in the world. I never saw him so nervous. You know, I've seen Joey go up and perform lots of times and not be as nervous as he was. And he even told me, he said, "I'm more nervous than performing at like on Letterman."
Right.
He said he was so, you know, he was like an expectant father.
Yeah, I think we all were.
But you guys, didn't.
I didn't show
You
it.
didn't show it. You didn't show it.
Honestly, I felt okay because I thought the movie was great. So,
No, for me it was more like the technical part. Like I burnt it into a Blu-ray, into a DVD. Is it gonna play? Is the sound gonna work?
Right.
Is this gonna work? I'm like, fuck. But I
pull
just
my beard.
yeah. I said, no, everything's gonna be fine. I hope.
It was fine. It worked out really good.
And everybody had a fun time.
And now, when they make movies now, years ago it was film. Now you do it. It's all digital.
It's
all
all
on-
digital. Yeah, it's all these fancy cameras.
My son has his degree in filmmaking,
Oh,
film
cool.
and television. So I know he tells me that. But to do film nowadays, you can't even do film.
No, I mean it's
too
they'll
expensive.
still do. There's some people that are still married to it. Like Tarantino is a guy that hates this whole digital world that we have going
Right.
on. But it is what it is.
And
What we
Christopher
have.
Nolan is another one.
Right.
Christopher Nolan, he stays with the old school.
Yeah, I mean, look, as an independent filmmaker, you can't afford to do that at all.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you,
like
because there are people that are going to watch this show who, let's face it, everybody wants to write something or make a movie or do, everybody wants to do it. You guys did it, and so they're going to want to know, hey, so. like you
Yeah, I
said-
mean, the whole thing with the independent movie is, look, you could shoot it on your iPhone if you have to. At the end of the day, just get it done. No movie's perfect. There's some continuity issues here. There's some stuff that people, if you're really going to analyze it, but just sit back and enjoy the fucking movie. And also with creating, don't try to make a perfect movie. Just make the movie, and it'll keep getting better after each movie,
Okay, I've written stuff, and a problem that I think, I see it with other people too, people who write jokes and stuff. They start concerning themselves with, are people going to like it? What are people going to think? When you wrote this, you didn't think of what anybody's good.
No,
Did you think,
I just.
this is a scene that everybody's going to love?
No, I just wrote what felt.
The
felt
beauty
right.
of John is that he is like, he's so confident in in his writing and what he does that he doesn't give a fuck. And at the end of the day, I'm so sorry to use the fuck word.
No,
so much, but
it's all right.
At the end of the day, I think you have to have that mentality of not giving a shit, and just do it, so.
You've used that word today more
80
than
times.
a hooker does in
Times Square.
A hooker in Times Square.
Well, you know what's funny? There's a scene in Gender Bender where there's a truck driver that he's driving and he's getting a blowjob, and somebody had to volunteer to be the person wearing the wig going up and down, and I had to take one for the team.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
You
that
were the
was me
one?
with the wig.
With the wig.
Yeah, but what was really weird is he looked very natural doing that. Kind of threw me back a little bit.
It was
Yeah,
a lot
you were
of
like,
fun.
wow, if I knew that when we were working together, would have
Exactly.
saved, yeah,
Could have put a wig on you.
it would have saved me all that money dating.
And ironically, he put a wig on the same color of his hair. It was great,
Yeah,
I believe.
exactly.
It was a 75-year-old lady giving a blowjob to me.
You guys are so fun. We're winding down. We're almost done. I hope you had as much fun
we
as
had a great
I had. A
time.
lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great.
And I wish you the best of luck with this. Any more festivals now? Or
No, we're done with the festivals. We're moving forward now. We're trying to get this out to the world so people can check it out. GenderbenderTheMovie.com, Amazon, iTunes. We're working on a sequel. Also working on a TV series as well.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, so we're going to be working with all these comedians from Long Island. So, you guys want to send us your headshots and resumes and your stand-up, send it to genderbenderthemovie@gmail.com. Again, if you want to watch the movie, go to Amazon, iTunes, type in Gender Bender the Movie, and you'll get it. And Benny, I got to tell you, you've been with us from the beginning, and I got to say thank you so much. We're honored to be on your show.
That's right.
Thank you. And
That's right.
I am so honored to know you guys. I really am. I am, and I'm very proud of what you did.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud of your accomplishments, and I wish you the greatest success with Gender Bender.
We got to put him in the sequel somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have to keep the beard?
No, you could shave it. We
I
like
could
that
be
stuff.
like a Sigmund Freud type of guy.
Yeah.
So why did you want a penis in the first place?
You could be
And
a
I-
waiter, yeah. You could be
I'd
a
also
waiter,
like to-
You like a side of penis?
I'd like to say thank you to all the people that helped us out behind the scenes, all the guys that contributed money, Tony, Danny, my brother, Jimmy, Sal, all these guys Eddie, Tin, all these guys that helped us raise the money for the movie.
That believed in the project.
That believed in the project.
I
We
mean,
want
that was
to thank all those people. Hopefully we do well and people enjoy the movie and we'll be able to do the project again together. And this way, Benny could be in the sequel.
All right, great. So my guests for this show have been Richard Lampone and John Marana. And I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show. GenderbenderTheMovie.com. This is Benny TV. I'm Benny Rizzuti. And thank you all for watching. And you're going to love this movie. It's
Keep bending.
Have a great night, everybody.